If you don't like the new music, then you should just find something new to watch.
It's like asking Alexa to play porn music for you.
It is. It's the greatest, dude. I love it. I get into it more and more every time. I can't help it. It's too good, dude. It's like, I just want to groove. You know what I feel like? And Crosby will back me up, and so will Dave. I feel like I'm at the Pomona swap meet right now. When that plays, I feel like I'm at the Pomona swap meet in the back row drinking beer under an easy up with my dudes.
Yeah.
That's just that's the music that makes me want a lowrider. I don't know why.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
69
Tail dragging hot rods right there, dude.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah, someone's got a couple of them sitting there behind them. There.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome to the first PowerShift of 2023. In the house, McT, of course, Crosby and Wickam, and special guest, Dirthead Dave Chappelle.
Welcome.
Yes.
Hello.
So good to have you here, dude. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm not tech savvy. It's likely that none of this will actually work. I am in my shop behind my house, and I'm right next to the Wi-Fi window. If I even move or do anything, this thing's just going to crap out on me.
It's sounding good, and the view is great, so you're good to go. So where is home, Dave?
I live up here north of Spokane, Washington. I went from right by the border in San Diego up to the border near Canada. So I'm way up here now.
That's awesome. Do they know what Minitrucks are up there?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
car culture up here is so good. It's kind of like going back in time, like 25, 30 years in Southern California.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's wild. You know what I found out is harsh winters make people build cool hot rods. For sure.
Now, I will agree with you on that because all of my buddies that live in the upper Midwest All my buddies that live in the Northeast, those sons of bitches work on their cars all winter long because they ain't got shit else to do because it snows and stuff. They can't go anywhere else. So they work their balls off. And then every single day that is nice, they drive their car because they only get to drive them for so many months a year. And the rest of us that are spoiled by good weather, we suck. We're like, it'll be tomorrow. It'll be fine. And then we don't get nearly as much done.
No, it's great. Like, I'm working their rig right now. It's like March 1st is kind of the like when we all decide time to wear shorts and flip flops, whether it's snowing or not. But yeah, like middle of March, everybody's driving the junk. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, for those people that are not familiar with you, Dave, give us the the quick and dirty version of who you are, where you came from, how you got here.
I guess. I mean, you want to go way back? Like,
well, you gotta go. If you gotta go, at least NC days. Yeah.
I grew up. I was born and raised in Oregon. We moved down to Southern California when I was in junior high. Got into riding BMX really big time. Got a chance to ride like mission trails and all these awesome like sheep hills up in Orange County. Got a chance to ride all that stuff back in the day. Then I turned like 15 and a half. All my buddies were getting cars. It was all about Minitrucks at that point. It was like Minitrucks and street tuners. I had one group of friends that were muscle car guys, and I had one group of friends that were like import tuner guys. And this is like the muscle car guys, all their stuff was always broke. The import tuner guys were all getting in trouble for stealing spoilers and wheels and pulling him. And I was like, trucks are cool. So I got into Minitrucking in high school. Tech article on Minitrucking when they were body dropping. Actually, they were body dropping Buffalo's Toyota. And I think that was like one of the first issues of Minitrucking where I was like, "This is awesome." And then I went down 2nd Street in El Cajon and I saw Buffalo's truck at the Firestone, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" So did the Minitruck thing till like 99, 2000. Then I built my first old car. I did a chopped and channeled 54 Ford on airbags that's still around. It's like this super sensational car. Did the old car thing till like 05. Then I got into Jeeps because I was tired of building cars that just like lowered down and went into a parking lot. And I was like, I can do all that cool suspension and watch it work. So got into Jeeps in like 05, and that took me all the way up till now, really. And now I'm just kind of getting back into it. I got a 56 Merc that I'm building that I got the rockers cut on, and it's getting channeled, and it's airbagged on a Toyota front clip. And then I got a Nissan over there. It's also body dropped and airbag. So just kind of going full circle right now.
Now, I've got to ask, since I'm saying it,
Go ahead, McTaggart.
What's the bike over your shoulder? Because I see black and yellow, and I know those colors well.
That's a 2000 DRZ 400. So that's sort of my little dirt road ripper. I got up here and I needed another motorcycle, so I got this 2000 DRZ, and it was the dirt bike only version everywhere, but I was able to put a plate on. Like, if you're gonna go hunting for old car projects, like every road turns into dirt eventually. So that's my little ripper.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a good one. Is showing up looking at cars on a bike is a smart deal. It's like you got to have a beater. You can't show up looking for projects in something nice, or else they'll never sell it to you, or they charge you too much. So now you've been exactly. You've been doing dirt every day as well recently, but
Yep.
that it's going away, right? The show's gone.
Yeah, I was doing dirt every day for 2007, and PowerShift just canceled it. So dirt every day is done, and I'm totally thankful for all the opportunities that gave me. I mean, it was like I was just a little shop owner in Southern, and that show just sort of skyrocketed me up to getting in front of people all over the world. So I got a chance to do that, and then we ran it forever, and I think some changes have been made at Motor Trend, and they didn't want to do an off-road show anymore. We got the boot. Now I'm just hustling this YouTube thing, trying to get it off the ground, and it seems to be doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing great so far. I mean, I've been watching stuff on the channel. Excuse me. I know that I know a lot of people have. Obviously, we've shared a couple of things on Bang Shift here as well. But what's so you're doing the YouTube deal. What's
Yep.
the rest of the crew doing? What's Fred doing?
Fred's also on YouTube. He's still watching Motor Trend for like another 6 months. So he's kind of not. He's doing YouTube, but he's not. We're not able to like do anything big right now if we're going to do anything together. So he's doing YouTube, and he's just sort of cruising. I'm actually about to call him out on a build so that hopefully we can like have a little fun, like June. He's busting that out. Our producer, she's on that Runs Good show now. Camera guys are all over the place. The camera crews, they've got it. Yeah, those guys all are like hustlers. So most of the guys that film our stuff, so gigs going. In-N-Out Burger is like main plot for our old director. Actually, two of our directors, so they're all cranking up. Doing good.
So they're making real money. That's awesome. Well, I've known Fred for years. Fred's awesome, dude. You guys did great on the show. I know Motor Trend is changing some direction, adding some new shows, getting rid of several as well. But you're killing it on the YouTube channel stuff right now. We got Doug Lutz, one of my buddies, is on here, and he's mostly a pro touring type of guy, but he watches your channel. He says Dave's YouTube channel is awesome, and he is right. If you want to check out Dave's YouTube channel, it's Dirthead Shed. You can check it out on YouTube. You've got your Facebook page also under Dirthead Shed as well. So I know you're posting stuff. I assume you got your Instagram going as well.
Yeah, the Instagram is still Dirthead _Dave.
Okay.
I do have the Dirthead Shed on Instagram, but like I haven't started posting it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I got too many Instagram channels, and it means that I don't post on any of them worth of shit. So it ends up being the worst. But I'm glad you joined us today, and I know you've known Crosby for years as well. It's funny because all of us that have run in the same circles, so to speak, and they all overlap in some way or another. And it's so funny how many of us know the same people and yet don't know each other sometimes, So it's kind of cool. I was actually talking to a guy just the other day about Courtney, and he was talking about Courtney and telling some story about Courtney and how he had met him. And I said, "Oh, how long had you known Courtney?" And he had only known Courtney for a little while when late, when Courtney was building the, I don't remember what year it was, his 51 or whatever it was, Chevy pickup, the one that he put on the S10 chassis with all the bolt-on brackets and stuff. This dude was somehow involved in getting him set up with the brackets or whatever. So it was cool. It was just a dude that, again, through the, grapevine, kind of weird, but cool.
Yep.
The last time me and Dave hung out, he was hiding behind a 4x4.
Yeah, right.
Remember that, Rezo?
Oh Jesus, Rezo, like
98 or something. When I was putting the sticker on the motorcycle.
Oh my god! Yeah, that was a wild night. It was you and me, Troy.
Yep. We're on a covert mission.
My last rezo was like 96, somewhere in there, 95, 6, 7. One of those was the last rezo I went to.
The one in Chino?
No, this was
the last one I went to was at the fairgrounds in San Bernardino, I think. Yeah.
Not the fairgrounds. It was at up where the track and stuff is.
Glen Helen. Yes, it was Glen Helen. That's exactly right.
The one I'm talking about, we were at Lake Dolores, up there off the 15.
Oh yeah.
That was afterwards. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The abandoned there.
There was that one year. It was in Chino. It was like next to a dairy farm, and it just, I think just south of you, Crosby, on what 71 or something like that.
Yeah, I believe it was just off 71. I think it was off Central at the fairgrounds, if I remember right.
But yeah, that was just terrible. It was a misty rain the entire weekend. It was next to a dairy farm. It just stunk like shit all weekend. And Dave and myself went in Gendro's blue Astrovan. And it was muddy as shit. The three of us slept in Gendro's van. I took my boots off because I didn't want to track mud in the van.
Someone just about killed everybody.
Someone stole my boots.
I remember that.
Somebody stole your boots.
Somebody stole his boots.
It was.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, dude. Remember, we got Gendros stuck up the axle in the mud and destroyed the Colorado Customs with them. He had tri-spoke Colorado Customs.
Yeah.
And we were just spinning them, like burning out in the mud, just destroyed the polish on those wheels. That was awesome.
I was trying to look up locations of rezos, and I'm sure I could, but like it just keeps coming up with a bunch of them. But I know now they are most recently they've been doing it in Arizona. But dude, Rezo was that was awesome. What a great show. If you're not a mini trucker and you're like, what the hell is Rezo? It's Resolutions is the name of the show. Everybody just referred to it as Rezo. And in the good days, it was like every epic mini truck run. It would be held at a fairgrounds or something. And once you were in the gate, you were in, and they would shut the gates at a certain time of night, and you weren't allowed to leave and you weren't allowed to come back in. But whatever went down inside was sort of like Vegas. It's all good. We're cool.
Well,
you can drink. You can have whatever drink in your cup holder. Because you're idling around with your truck dragging on the ground anyway. Like it was sort of we don't know the bad stuff you're doing. So as long as you don't hurt each other, it's okay. And literally, as long as you didn't fight.
Well, the later ones, there was actually another set of gates for negative camber and severed ties.
Well, yeah, you guys always had your own shit. Yeah.
This sign on the gate said enter at your own risk.
Oh, that was into your own area. Yes.
Yeah, we had our own area.
Dude, the mid 2000s, they had it at the Circle Track in Blythe, right off I-10.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was a section. It was like the show was on the Circle Track itself, but like the whole pit area was basically the camping area. And
did somebody decide hey, let's pick the worst place in California to hold this show?
Bob Hayes.
Blythe. I mean.
Bob Hayes.
Dude,
come on, wasn't that bad, really.
And just hearing Blythe, I would have been like, oh, God, we got to drive to Blythe? I mean.
It could have been Barstow or Yarmouth.
Yeah, it would have been just the same. That's exactly the same thing. Yes.
Well, it was like 2 hours for the LA, 2.5 hours for the LA people, 2.5 hours for the Phoenix people. So that was majority of the people that went, then the Vegas people. So it was like.
Yeah, but here was the mistake everybody always made. Whenever anybody held a show in Arizona or in Southern California, everybody was there. But then there were people that were like, oh, we need it to be in the middle. No, you don't. If it's in SoCal, everybody in Arizona is like, cool, 5 hours, we're there. If it's in Arizona, everybody in SoCal is like, 5 hours, we're there. Like, you don't care. It just needed to be one or the other, you know?
Being
So,
somewhere is better than being in the middle of nowhere. And
oh, God, yes. 100%.
Nowhere.
Dude, speaking of, we're already turning right instead of going the direction we were going to. Anybody watch any of the video from Dino's Get Down this year? Dude, Dino's show, for those people out there that are not truck people, Dino's Get Down used to be at his shop, and it literally was just people showed up and hung out, and then that became 30 trucks, became 50, became 150, became all the streets around his shop completely full of trucks and not good, got everybody in trouble and all this stuff. So now it's at the damn stadium, like in the middle of Phoenix or whatever.
And they packed out too.
And they already outgrew the parking lot they're in, and they're going to have to go to the next one next year, and it has vendors, and it's crazy, but the trucks are awesome that are there.
I thought it was the dinosaur Kappa Zone. Whatever.
Dude, it was, let me see. Hold on. I'll look it up. I just watched the video from Grinder just the other day, which, by the way, what an unfortunate name for your YouTube channel in 2023. It was in...
Not such a great idea.
Well, when they started it, it was in Glendale, at State Farm Stadium in Glendale.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where the Arizona Cardinals play.
There you go.
There's a guy from up here in Spokane that drove down to it that's got some like turbo LS square body Suburban, and he drove down from here to, I think he put in like 1,700 miles each way.
I love that guy.
Cool.
Is that
anything
the Pierce,
square body
Pierce
Suburban
guy?
is my jam.
Just love the truck.
I know.
Is that the gold
what
Pierce fabrication?
Who?
So what?
Is that the gold Pierce fabrication guy?
Yeah, Pierce Metalworks or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is. Something like that.
Yeah.
I follow him on Instagram.
Let me put my phone closer to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're good, dude. So Doug DeLay was asking if anybody else was wondering about Lyle and I with our Triple B show, Beards, Burnouts, and Beer. We'll start that up again next week. So Triple B is coming back. In fact, we have apparel coming too shortly. So you'll be able to pre-order that before too long. Dan Parker, the fastest blind man in the world, says he needs a snug top for an 01 3500. Oh, a C3500 long bed, and he thinks up to a 2010 will work. I don't know about that. Maybe. But he needs one for his new tow rig. So anybody that's got something. Scott Malpass, is the RPM Act dead? We will talk more about the RPM Act next week because I'm doing some stuff with SEMA right now. And in fact, have a meeting with Dr. Jamie Meyer tomorrow morning from... Dr. Jamie is the head now of PRI, and I have a meeting with him tomorrow. So we'll fill you in next week. Okay. So since Dave is here and Dave's been doing off-road stuff recently, I always have been a huge fan of the Paris Dakar Rally, which is now just the Dakar Rally because you just can't do it anywhere that it, used to be done basically. So
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, now it's in Saudi Arabia. So good, bad, or otherwise, we'll save our, political shit with the stupid Saudis aside. The terrain there is nuts and it's awesome. And they had just completed stage 5 today of the Dakar Rally. I'm disappointed. So now there are 2 Dakar rallies, actually. There is the Dakar Classic, which is like 2001 and earlier, and they have different classes of rally cars to run at Dakar. And that's cool. It gets very little coverage, but it's cool. But the regular Dakar Rally, pretty badass motorcyclists who those dudes have giant balls. I don't understand how they could do that shit. Guys that ride quads, they're arguably crazier than the dirt bike guys because the quads are so brutal. They just beat the hell out of you. Then
No,
this year,
the guys that are the craziest are the chase trucks.
oh, dude. Okay, so that's where I was going. So then they have TT3, which is the lightweight, like ultra lightweight 2-seat side by sides. Okay.
Yeah.
Then they have the regular side by side class, which is T4s, which are they're just not as trick. Okay. And they're basically a modified factory ride. And then they have the regular, cars, trucks, whatever you want to call them. Some of them are buggies. Some of them are based on like a Toyota Hilux or a Ford Maverick or whatever, very loosely. And this year they have the hybrid, the Audi, which is the e-tron drive or something like that. That thing is bad to the bone. Carlos Sainz is driving that thing, and it's rad. But then they have, like Crosby says, the trucks, the support trucks, and they're not really support vehicles anymore as much. I mean, they still do carry some stuff, and there's 3 dudes in them and all that, but they're some of the fastest things on some of the stages. They're faster than everybody else. It's kind of crazy. So it's interesting. It's fun. It's cool to watch. The sand has been brutal. The rocks have been insane this year. They had a ton of tire failures on stage 3 as they went up through the mountains. They had flash floods because they had rain, all this stuff. I was disappointed this year, though, because in recent years, there had been a sort of resurgence of Americans that were going and running Dakar in trophy trucks. And it was awesome because trophy trucks. And so I'm a little disappointed we don't have trophy trucks there. I would totally dig driving a trophy truck at Dakar. What do you guys think of Dakar? And if you were going and you just had unlimited budget, what would you want to drive?
Well, that's easy for me. I mean, my last experience in that region of the world was large trucks. Kind of have to go with like a Kamaz.
Yeah.
I'd have to.
Okay. I can see that.
That's about the size of an LMTV, give or take. It's definitely a hell of a lot better built and definitely more powerful.
Oh, yeah.
And should I screw up or sink the thing in the sand, I'm sleeping in the back. I'm okay. I'm good.
That's true. That's true. See, being the logical.
Let some Bedouins come by and shoot you or something.
Okay, Crosby, what are you in?
You know what you're into.
Would you drive one of the big trucks?
No, a 55 Chevy bodied trophy truck.
My phone red.
All right.
Yeah, you're good. I can see you, Dave.
Is
Got you,
my phone working?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Frozen.
I missed just about every. I missed just about everything you said, but I'm pretty sure we're talking about Dakar and what you would take to Dakar.
Yes,
Yep.
that's where we're at. Yes.
Budget.
So what would you take if you could, Dave?
I want to say that I would ride a motorcycle. Those guys are
You
insane.
psychotic
They are
bastard.
so fast. But they are working their butts off. So it's somewhere in between either riding it or taking a Kamaz, like, and racing a dump truck across the desert, because that is insane watching what those things are capable of.
Oh yeah. So clearly Dave has the biggest, roundest, most metallic testicles of the 5 of us, because I'm not fucking riding a bike on, I don't know, a bet. Like, no way, no how. My fat ass would end up head first in the sand, my little feet, stubby legs hanging out. It'd be bad. I'd be hoping a camel came and killed me.
He turned
Look
like
like Santa Claus stuck in a frickin'
In a
chimney.
snowbank. Yeah, in a chimney. Yes, exactly. Oh my God! If I were so, Crosby says trophy truck. What about you, Wickman? What would you go with?
That's a tough one because watching the highlights, there was one of the cars was basically going flat out in an open part of the course, and one of the big Scania trucks just dusted it like
Oh yeah,
like he was sitting still, and I'm just like, that's just nuts. I mean, I'm curious, like what kind of transmissions, what kind of gearing, how many speeds those things have, just to
All of them.
yeah,
So
all of them.
so what's interesting is, so your average trophy truck in the United States is geared to run like 95 or 100 mile an hour flat out. Okay. Most of them have a turbo 400 in them, like a reed cased, turbo 400. Many of them have a gear vendor's overdrive behind that. And they'll be flat out in high gear, and they literally will just turn on and off the overdrive unit. Okay. When they're going at speed. Again, about 100 mile an hour. Well, now there's a speed limit at Dakar. Like there are speed limits based on where you are on the courses because you may be close to civilization and those kinds of things. But even if you're out in the middle of nowhere, the fastest you can go is 160 kilometers an hour, which is like 95 mile an hour. So the trophy truck is perfect from that standpoint. The downside, maybe, on the trophy truck is how heavy they are. So I'm thinking in the dunes, it could be a little bit like the silt beds in Baja, and that's a tough go in a big, heavy, truck. But if I had my druthers, I'd be in some Chevrolet, badass trophy truck. That's what I would do.
Well, that was the thing in the previous years, the trucks, well, the cars and the smaller trucks, they had them going through the dunes, and they'd get high centered, like on a peak.
Yeah.
And they're stuck there.
Oh,
until someone like decides to stop and like help them dig out
or whatever. Yeah.
Pull them out or whatever.
Yeah. Well, so this year, I shouldn't say, in Saudi Arabia, period, the sand is ridiculous. Like the dunes are a whole other level. But they haven't got there yet. Like they're almost into them. They're hitting the edges of them right now on the trip. But you got to remember that Dakar is 2 weeks long. It started on the 31st and it goes to the 15th. And so they're working their way worse and worse as far as the sand goes and what have you. It's going to be crazy. It's awesome to watch. The cars that they run now, and I'm calling them cars because most of them are, funny looking buggy things. I do give them credit because they finally started thinking with their dipsticks a little bit better. And so a lot of the cars now have the spare tire in front of the back wheel, like, at an angle in, like basically behind the passenger and the driver wedged into the, into the bodywork there. Makes it way easier to get the thing out. All of them are running big giant air jacks, one on each side of the car, so that they can just lift the thing up on two wheels like this and, work on them. But I will say that some of the carnage is funny because there are some drivers that they have some carnage and those dudes are on it. They clearly know how to use tools. And then there are some guys that literally, it's like they have no clue whatsoever how to fix anything. I gotta say, with the unbelievably badass welders that are available today, okay, the tiny little TIG welders that we have now, if I was doing that, I would bring a Miller little miniature TIG machine.
It wouldn't live.
Why?
It would beat itself to death. All the electronics would die.
Oh, I didn't think about that part.
We
need to suspend it in the car.
It would have to be on like a gyroscope or something.
Well, and the reason I say this is that yesterday in stage 4, there were 2 guys that broke tie rods on rear suspension. Okay. Mm-hmm. And, both of them were normal links with the, rod end in them and this and that, and they broke the end off of them. And the amount of time it took them to take it apart to put a new one in was significantly longer than it would have taken you or me, Crosby, to grab that thing, vice grip it together, and TIG weld the shit out of it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking literally like a couple of 3-inch long pieces of angle iron and, you know, just as scrap. And Dave, you know, because doing off-road stuff in Jeeps, how many times are you out on the trail and you go, oh, this is broke. You lay it in a piece of angle iron and weld that thing all in there, or ram another tube over the top of it, slide it back over, and well, whatever.
Yeah.
I think you could be on the road faster, because you got to remember that the margin between first and third is minutes. I mean, minutes. It's crazy.
One of the biggest problems these guys are having with these things off road, and I don't know how much Dave knows about it, is they're using all these L9 or harder bolts, and they're breaking bolts like they're going out of style because the bolt literally fractures like glass.
Yeah, it's super strong until it breaks.
Yeah.
And it has no ability to bend and just be hanging out there, you know.
And the repeated hits, and when they actually get a mar on the side of them, it's like scribing a piece of glass.
Yeah.
That just gives it an etch for where it's going to break.
So you're saying butter bolts?
Just about. Either that or rifle drilled bolts, so they have a little bit of flex.
Jet Black is saying, what's in a new welder that doesn't like vibrations and bumps? All of the new stuff is all, very electronic, like computerized inside. You know, the older stuff used to be a lot of coils and, you know, and all of these big heavy parts and big heavy wire going between them. Now it's a lot smaller parts with more circuit boards and that kind of stuff.
And they don't have weather pack style connectors, so the connectors actually come apart.
Yeah.
And that's something that Scott Malpass brought up, so they wouldn't like the sand either.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It depends on what kind of sand you're running into, but you're going to have sand regardless in every possible crevice, every possible location.
Well, they have high iron content over there too.
Well,
that's true. You know, that could be one of those scenarios where the guy that brings the small acetylene torch setup and actually knows how to old school heliarc would be the dude. You know. Okay, so
borax and some aluminum rod.
Yeah. So along those lines, Dave, I have not shared them on Bang Shift yet, but I'm going to start your Ultimate Adventure videos. I've been following Ultimate Adventure for years and years and years and years and years. I mean, forever. And I know that Ian was there. I know you were there. Fred was there. A lot of guys were there. It's a great trip. It's super fun for people that don't know, that maybe more drag racers. It's like drag week for off-roaders or power tour for off-roaders. Maybe power tour, because there isn't a competition aspect to it. But you are wheeling every single day. How far did you guys travel this year, and how much of it was off-road?
Usually, I mean, like the quick rundown on it is like 7 days of wheeling and road tripping all packed together, and you gotta like keep your gear in your rig and sort of be ready to live out of it. It's been harder core some years. Some years it gets a little bit easier. The format right now, kind of like we start at a hotel, we wheel a really hard part, and then we stay that night, and it's really like a town where if we on stuff we can get some parts. But yeah, I mean, we did 7 days. We did 7 days. Every day you're off road. I did 1,300 miles on the trip, so your rig's got to be able to, like, go and run hardcore trails. Whatever, basically, if we go to a park, we're almost always kind of looking for like show us your hardest, see if we can get these 20 rigs through it. And so we'll go and run a trail. usually like these parks will be like, oh yeah, we're gonna run trail and down this trail, and we'll cut across Crossover Creek, and we'll go up this trail and down that trail, and then at the end of the day, we're lucky if we get one done. It's getting 20 good with good. But yeah, so we bust out like a hard trail, and then we'll go and do like a 700-mile road day sometimes a 300-mile road day. A lot of times on those road days, we'll hit dirt on the road days as well. Like we might be crow flies. We're only going 200 miles up. Somehow it takes us 700 miles on the road there and off the road all over.
And tell everybody what your rig is that you took this time.
This year I took a YJ Wrangler, 4 Jeep Wrangler. I'm like not a guy at all. I usually build like weird imports. That's my thing. But I was sort of talking to building Jeep because I wanted like some normal thing that I could take my family four-wheeling in, and I built dirt every day in normal fashion. Like I could have bought a 4-door JK that would like work for the family. That bought the thing I could find, which was a wide, and it's just a little shit box. I actually moved main and rod bearings into it like 3 days before I left for this trip. Like in frame main rod bearing garbage rebuild, and yeah, no, it was good.
I totally approve of that.
Yeah, it's on it. We're in the 9 year. The axles were like out of the 78, 79 Ford. They're pretty good. They're not dollar stuff by any means. So yeah, it's got a 3-link in the front, so it's link suspension with like regular Jeep coil springs in the front, just like basic sort of entry level modifications. But yeah, the thing smashes, man. It like goes down the highway good, wheels good. I drive it like an idiot. I didn't break anything really, so fine.
And you've got other new projects that are coming along on the YouTube channel too, right?
Yeah, I've got twist this to see. Over there is my truck that I call Mom Spaghetti. That's like a 1991 Ford F350 that's been shortened and changed into a step side, and that thing is actually a really cool rig, and I've got a pile of parts to try and make some horsepower out of that. So that'll be a few videos coming up, is like doing what I don't normally do and actually make something run right and make some power.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And the truck is about as many colors as my truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a turd, but I love it. Yeah, I got that going. So Mom Spaghetti's getting work. My Mazda is also a rock crawler on 40s and tons, and that thing's just big and dumb and works really good. And then what else do I got? I got the Mazda.
Suzuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Suzuki I just needed a winter, and it's like being able to make videos on it as an excuse to buy something. But it's fun. It's weird. It's like this is the goofiest little Suzuki XL7 ever, but it totally like gets around in the snow really good, and it's good off-roader. And behind me, right there is my 56 Mercury. That's a 2-door post car.
Ooh, I like a post car.
Yeah, it's really cool. It was
What
actually,
model is that, Dave?
It's a Medalist, so it was like basic. But it's a really cool, clean car that I bought and I started driving, and it had a 312 wide block in it. There's puke and oil everywhere, and I was like, I just want to chop something up big time. So that's got a Toyota pickup front clip grafted in it, and it's on airbags. The rear is step notched and 4-link, and I've cut the rockers, and it's about ready to be dropped. So it'll be ridiculously.
Are you dropping it to the doors?
I've kept half the rocker.
Okay.
The rockers were like 4.5 inches tall, and they're about 2 1/4 now.
Okay, cool.
So my old 54 Ford was cut to the doors, and it looked cool on the ground, but driving down the road, it looked ridiculous. But it was so ugly when it was aired up and driving. So this
because
one,
it was too high off the ground then at the body.
What was that?
Because it was too high off the ground at the body.
Yeah, it just didn't look proportioned. Like, the proportions were all wrong. It was good when it was on the ground, but when it was driving down the road, it looked like a car was broken. So, more proportion. So cool. It'll have like button ups in the front. So with that front flip, it's all kind of where it'll still steer. So this one should be fun.
I think that it's cool that you decided to use a Toyota truck, front stub in that thing, because nobody, like, it's a stretch for hot rodders to go, oh, an S10. Like, let's use an S10 stub. Like, that's a stretch for those people. And the truth of the matter is there's tons of great front ends under all these import trucks, and parts are available for nothing. And bagging them, everybody's already sorted out for years,
Yeah, no, they're good. 5 on board. So, put it forward wheel. I'm running Ford Maverick rear of the rear.
Oh, you're breaking up bad, Dave.
You're really breaking up now, Dave.
Yep.
Okay.
You were pretty good before, but now you're just doing the. I understood what you were saying, but I don't know that everybody else would. But what Dave was saying was that using the front clip from the Toyota is good because you end up with a 5 on 4.5 inch bolt circle, which is what a 2-wheel drive Toyota was. A 5-lug Toyota was 5 on 4.5, which is the small Ford bolt pattern. And so that's pretty cool. It's smart. On something like that, it's pretty easy. We'll see. Dave's resetting.
5 on 115 to be exact.
Yes. Which there's so many we can see you, Dave.
Is it breaking up really bad, or are we good?
No, you're good.
It's better now.
Yeah. Mike Cotton says you sounded like Max Headroom. Which is totally showing our age that we know what that is.
Yeah.
McTaggart is smiling, but he only barely knows what that is.
Oh, no, I know what it is. I know exactly what you're talking. I ain't that young.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, so, okay, you guys are going to like this. So a buddy of mine that you guys know, some of you know, Scott Payton, he is doing him and my buddy Mike Julian and another group of guys organized this trip to take little motorcycles all the way from Indiana to Pikes Peak earlier this year. Everybody bailed out on the trip except Mike and Scott, right? They ended up taking...
With good reason.
Yeah. Well, so Mike took a vintage Honda, like a 70 or something, mid-70s Honda. And Scott is a big dude. He actually took like I think it's a KTM. I can't remember. But anyway, a dual sport, like a 250 dual sport or something. And they went almost exclusively on little roads and dirt roads and this kind of stuff. Their whole deal was to only drive for an hour at a time, then get off of the thing and, hang out and have fun, right? So
lay down on the ground and straighten yourself back out.
Yes, exactly. So they are planning this next year's trip, the 2023 trip. And this one is going to be a little shorter, and it's going to be in a loop basically from Indiana through Kentucky and Tennessee and Georgia and then back up to Indiana. I want to go bad. Yes, and Richard Oldner says, be a man, use a Honda Trail 90. I owned a Trail 90.
I've had a Trail 70, but if you're going to be a man and be on a Honda.
What's
Dude,
that
a
one?
Trail 90 is great, but
What's that one
it'll
Brett
only go
has?
42 miles an hour, but that actually is fast enough because they only averaged like 35 or 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, a Trail 90, a Trail 70, they'll do it. They're fine.
Yeah.
I'm saying you need to do it on a Honda 50.
No.
Oh God.
So here's the deal. So if I can't find myself some suitable motorcycle, if this works out schedule-wise, here's what I want to do, and Dave will totally approve of this.
Yep.
I want to buy myself some
Be a man.
$500 to $1,000 shitbox car that runs good, and then get a set of trailer fenders and a Sawzall and hack the wheel wells out, weld some trailer fenders to the side, and put whatever the tallest tire I can fit on the thing, and just go, because it's a bunch of dirt roads, and just go have a good time in it, whatever the car is. Like, I don't give a shit if it's an LTD or a Caprice or a Crown Vic or a Civic. Like, it doesn't matter.
No, you need to get a Taco mini bike with a suspended seat.
I have a mini bike, remember?
And with the CVT on it, and put one of those 2-cylinder Predator motors on it and ride it.
No, we just
need a 2-cylinder Predator would make it scary. Remember, my single-cylinder mini bike does 63 mile an hour, and it's scary.
We need to figure out how to street legalize one of Kevin's twin-engine carts he's building.
No, geez.
That cart.
God help us.
Have you seen?
Do what?
Have you seen the YouTube deal where this guy's driving a mini Jeep, like 2,000 miles or something like that?
Yes.
C90 Adventures.
I'm going to put it up on the site next week, and it's nuts, and it's awesome.
He's from England, and the YouTube channel is C90 Adventures.
Yeah, but I don't understand how it's not legal. Like, how is he doing it?
The thing is actually legal. He got it. You have to watch the first video where he comes to the United States. He buys it. It's actually registered, I believe, in Utah or Idaho or something like that.
Oh, okay, yes, where they don't give a fuck. Yeah.
But it has lights. It has brake lights. I think it has some kind of turn signals.
I do own a Cushman Truckster, remember?
Well, oh my God, yeah.
It's a little bit bigger than a Barbie Jeep, but it has a gas engine.
I just pictured Chad on a 3-wheeled fucking ice cream.
My Cushman's it's 4-wheeled. It has a full cab on it and a pickup bed. It's badass. It would be rad to take the Cushman. Would be rad. It would be a great support rig.
Jeff Davey has the perfect vehicle for you.
Oh yeah.
It is a 2012 sporty motor in a tricycle with drift wheels on it.
Oh,
it looks like a drift trike, but it has a Sportster motor on it.
Oh God!
What could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong? Ask Ken Block.
Yeah.
Ow!
I think that's a little soon, Wickman.
Yeah. Oh my God. On that note, our thoughts and prayers out to the family.
Yeah,
Ken was a good dude, but TMZ, reported it like immediately, of course, because it's TMZ, and they said he was survived by his wife and one daughter, and I'm like, and his 2 other children. I'm like, how did they get that wrong? Like,
because it's TMZ. Seriously. The second they think they have a scoop, they basically blow it on the wall and call it.
I guess, God, yeah.
But you notice no other media reported on it?
Oh, I know. Hardly anybody did. Actually,
ESPN called it. I saw it on a couple.
Yeah, I actually saw a CNN report about it, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mike Cunningham says, Chad, your Cushman would be an American key truck.
Oh, God.
What?
The Cushman would be awesome.
K truck, the little 600cc or smaller Japanese things.
Yeah, they're pronounced K.
Yeah, K. If you go to usminitrucks.com, you'll see them.
Yeah, look like
and that would be perfect. But they're expensive.
Well, it depends on where you shop. I mean, there was a lot in Prescott Valley, Arizona that couldn't unload them for like $2,000 a piece.
Oh, dude, right now they're all $4, $5, $6 grand or more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately. But my Cushman would work. I just need to do a little work to it. It would be awesome.
Just like everything else.
Hey, shut your damn mouth, Wickman. Watch this. What's awesome is just this. Oh, hey, there you are.
That's censorship.
It is.
I looked at the bright side, dude. He didn't talk about
I'll do it to you too.
Damn Democrat.
Wow.
Yes, I think the Cushman would be good. Okay, so I'll keep you posted on that. What else? We're 56 minutes into this bad boy. What else did I say we were talking about tonight? McTaggart, did I say anything in particular?
I'm just still picturing Chad in the middle of the night before, with everybody he can get on the phone to come over to his house to help him finish the 900 things on the little whiteboard that need to be done to it, including maybe putting the gas tanks and the bald tires back on it.
You're picturing that. I swear I can't get this image out of my head, and it's killing me. Thank you for this, Chad. Intro to David Lee Ross California Girls video where he rolls up in the suit and everything as a tour guide. I'm picturing Chad and his Cushman dressed like that. Come on, we're going for a ride. And I've been fired from bank shift.
That's awesome.
He needs to dress up like Waldo on Hot for Teacher.
Oh no, I'm looking at David Lee Roth in the guide costume. Yes. That would be awesome.
Hey, Booger.
He'll never get it done, so it doesn't matter what suit he's got on.
Yeah, exactly. See?
What's up, Dave?
What's this new project you bought?
Which one?
He bought.
Wickman just bought more projects.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Of course he did.
Track record of finishing stuff. They picked up something to get.
It's small. It's compact.
Is it painted?
It starts with and ends with Mazda.
That is a possibility.
And he may or may not have gotten wheels for it today too.
I know. I got a text about it over and over again.
Yes. See? So yes, I've gotten all the texts on it too, and it's because I got the Toby update and wheel update at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
So what Mazda did you get?
Yeah.
It's regular cab long bed. It's out of Tucson,
Arizona.
Been
It's a
Tucson its whole life.
B2200.
So it's at 2200.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it is no Wankel. Jet Black is like Wankel or no Wankel. No, it is not a Wankel.
Super straight.
No, he does that in the privacy of his own home.
And we've gone there, ladies and gentlemen.
God. Yes.
But I figure it might be good for Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0 for doing rolling photos.
There you go. I like where your head's at.
Great. Now I've got a competition.
What you figure that you can get it at the top of the hill and it can roll down, or what? Who are you going to have tow you up the hill?
I know they're like weak ass engines, but come on.
Okay, if I was like doing a Mazda, a static right now, I would do this one right here. Hold on. If I was going to do a static, which I haven't done a static drop anything in forever. So that part would be weird, but I would go for this bad boy right here. This
Yeah.
unicorn.
That drop though. That thing is bagged.
Yep.
You think?
It says it right there.
Oh, it does.
Wow.
Hey, shut your mouth. Well, then he
You must
doesn't
have
have
gone
it
to
laid
the
out
Wickam
right.
School of Reading today.
He does not have it laid out right then.
One's hitting the ground. They just don't look impressive till you cut the floor out of them.
Well,
Yep.
you need to then, because that's how I'd want mine static to look.
Yeah.
The let's see. I do like well, Courtney's, whatever happened to Courtney's Mozdog, the 2600, bed-sided and everything. Whatever happened to that thing?
It got parted out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wasn't it up at Air Syndicate or something?
I know it was at Gendros for a while, but I think it may have went up to Bakersfield after that.
Yeah.
The Mazda, the before
Yeah,
backed in primer at the original full paint.
Yeah, where did he go to? He went to Utah or something to get that bed, didn't he? And put it upside down on the
I'm
truck.
tripping again.
Yes. When he
Dude,
got
I'm totally
the
Wi-Fi'd up.
Oh no, you were good, Dave.
Okay.
We could still hear you.
Bless you.
And Scott Malpass is right. Toyota Bumper the World is the truth.
No, that is
that's
one of the worst mods.
Shut
Why?
your damn mouth, Wickman. A Mazda,
Why would you say it?
they usually look better with a Toyota
Yeah.
bumper on them.
Because you got the Mazda grill that comes down, then you got the Toyota bumper like this, and it looks like you got this big high peak like right in the middle.
Well, people that actually fabricate cut that up a little bit, make it
I was
fit a
gonna
little
say.
better.
That's
Yeah.
just it. No one did.
You don't just take a factory Toyota bumper and slam it on there, dude. Come on.
Mm-mm.
We're not animals.
one of the
Well, we
best
kind of are.
You're mini truckers, and there's not much of a difference.
93% of the people did.
Yeah.
Did you just
Now
hear
I'm
what?
fired,
Did you
but
just
yeah.
hear what McTaggart said about us?
In fairness, before I completely throw myself into my own grave, I've never had one, but as a family, we had two. We had a Mazda of that year that was static. Couldn't remember what year it was. It was extended cab. It was stock looking, just dropped on its nuts. And we had a bullet side Datsun with a 240Z swap that was painted like cranberry pearl.
Ooh, I like it.
That one.
That makes
that
me
one was
happy.
tough to miss.
That makes
Very-
me happy. But okay, so let's look at this one real quick right here because we're on the topic of mini trucks and it's my show, so I don't care. So this Mazda here, I approve of this thing. 2600 fenders and bed, and front bumper. Is that a Ford Escort headlight mod right there?
Yes.
Appears to
Okay.
be.
I approve of the Ford Escort headlight mod as well. I learned about that in the pages of Mini Truckin' Magazine, and I do approve of that.
It only has one minor problem. It was kind of like the Maxima headlights. They tend to go towards the middle.
Yeah,
The
they
Maxima-
aren't aimed right. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
the Maxima headlights actually cross, so the right one would light up the left side and the vice
No
versa.
way.
Oh God, yeah.
I
It was
did
like
not know that.
You're following an X down the street, and they'd go whoa, whoa, wider and closer.
Perfect.
It's great.
Oops.
Very,
very,
very confusing to oncoming traffic, by the way.
That's good. Screw them. We don't care. Just as a reminder, anybody out there that knows where an early Mighty Max is, 79 to 84 Plymouth Arrow Mighty Max. They weren't really called a Mighty Max then, but they are. Or a Dodge Ram 50 or D50. I need one of those for cheap.
What
I
happened
have
in Arkansas?
They're so hard to get. The one in Arkansas is totally rusted out junk.
Okay.
Wow, I'm utterly amazed.
I know.
I have a challenge for you.
What? No, shut your mouth.
No, it's actually
Okay.
an honest challenge.
Okay.
before you start any other project, I want to see Rusty back on the road.
I know that is my number one priority. It is. I've been acquiring parts for
I've
Rusty.
never actually got to ride in Rusty.
I know. Well, I got the new rear end. I got axles. I have brakes. I got rear end, axles, brakes, center section arrangements made as well. So it is moving forward there. I have seats.
Really?
So,
What-
I don't have them in my possession, but they have been ordered and chosen. So yes.
What kind of seats?
I'm doing the Pro Car. I knew you were going to ask. Hold on.
You talking about that short back?
Yes, they're the. Yeah, it's no headrests. I want low backs. They are the.
They're really comfortable.
Do what?
They're really comfortable.
Are they?
Yeah.
Pro cars usually are.
Good.
Chad, check your phone.
Okay, I'm checking my phone.
Yeah, but I say Rusty needs to run before.
Yeah, $3,500, dude. That's expensive.
Look what's under the hood, fool.
Is it a Mopar or a small block? Okay, hold on.
I can't wait.
I know. I'm looking for the seats. The dudes at Scat are awesome, and so they have a bunch of cool. Actually, they have some cool new seats that are coming out as well. But they're like new touring seats, are really cool looking.
Don't they have like a barrel style vintage seat now too?
Yes, they have. Well, sort of. That's the Rally Lowback, which
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Rally Lowback has like big bolsters and everything, and then they have the Pro 90 Lowback, and the Rally Lowback is what they are suggesting that I get. Dave, have you tried those out?
I think he's getting a seat.
Oh, yes, he is.
I'm a freaking genius. Oh.
Here's what I got for my Nissan. These
Oh.
are check this out. They look just like the Integra DSR seats from like '96,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but they are out of a Honda CR-V.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I was looking for Integra forever for the
What'd you have to give for those?
$40.
Because you got them at the wrecking yard.
Yeah.
I got a guy who is like building CRVs, and he put fancy seats in his and scrapped.
Damn.
Yeah, they're like the exact same thing as the old Integras. I thought were like the coolest Minitrucks.
Oh yeah, they were great seats. Yeah. I used to use
Prelude seats.
yes, we'd use Prelude, we'd use Civic seats. The other one was the what was before the Cobalt? Before the Chevy Cobalt was the
Cavalier.
Cavalier buckets were great. And Cavalier buckets came in gray tweed from the factory. So they were already upholstered.
Gate up.
Yeah, which was awesome. But
I always liked the early Accord seats because they were like a lot more cushion in them because supposed to be upscale, I guess.
Yeah. Mike Cotton says Fiero seats. He's right. The Fiero seats were cool looking.
The speaker.
Porsche 914.
Oh yeah, dude, 914 seats were cool.
Yeah.
There's like my Mitsubishi was a bench seat truck from the factory, and then we had a dude that came into my uncle's shop, and my uncle owned a towing company, and the dude came into the shop and needed to have something towed or whatever. Well, something happened anyway, and before it was over, the the truck ended up, it was a Toyota truck. It ended up in the back of our lot, and the guy never paid his bill. So it got lien saled. Well, it was an extra cab Toyota pickup. This was in like, I don't know, 91, 92, something like that, probably 92. And it was like an 89 Toyota pickup or whatever. I mean, it was all screwed up and it had been apart and all kinds of junk. And so they lien saled it, and it was a part. So it wasn't a whole car, like nobody was going to buy it for real money. So I paid my uncle $40 or something like that for the seats out of it. And they were 3-year-old Toyota SR5 buckets. I mean, they were mint. And I had to make 2 brackets to put them in the Mitsubishi, and they were perfect. I loved them.
Yeah. I'm like of doing all that crap. My Mazda, the Mazda Grande, that thing's got Subaru seats in it that I picked up at the wrecking yard for $40. They're super comfortable. They don't have too big. This thing's gonna have the Tegra seats in it. It's like I don't know, all that stuff's fun. It's like the most fun you can have for like $50 is just finding something way cooler than what came,
Well, yeah, my 56, I have a 56 Chevy station wagon that is named Rusty. That's what Crosby's talking about. And it's on it's channeled on a 94 Caprice cop car chassis, and it's got the floors out of the Caprice in the 56. And
the bumper upside down with the guard still on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, it's bagged, so it lays it lays the frame on the ground. The rockers are about half an inch off the ground. That drags the bumper. It's great. But it had the Caprice front buckets in it. And then in the back, it had fiberglass racing buckets or plastic racing buckets, because that's what I had when I jammed it together. But I want it to have 4 matching bucket seats in it. And then it's going to get caged and stuff, because it's going to end up being more of a race car and be my drag and drive car. But I'm going to do a console out around tubing that goes all the way from the front to the back. That's got cup holders in it, the stereo in it, all the shit. And that way it'll go right in between the 2 buckets in the back. And then that will become the rack for the air ride as well. So, because all the air rides, like right behind the seats on it's got a big notch cover, in the back. So it's badass. It'll be great. That thing is a riot. So it should be fun. It should be way fun. And we're going to put a 1500 horsepower small block with a Pro Charger in it. So it'll be really
good. God knows it needs that.
It does.
Yeah, you lost me at 1500 horsepower.
Yeah, I know. Well, I want it to rail and do the biggest burnouts ever. It'll be perfect. Well, and run 8s in the quarter, but it's fine. Finnegan and I have the big car, go fast, look cool, super low problem together. Yeah. So, he's got the Cadillac, I've got the 56. So the Cadillac will weigh 11,000 pounds more than the thing. Yeah, he's got the Corvette. I knew about the Corvette. He's had it for a while.
No, he got another one.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he had the other one, then he got this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. He is turning into a Corvette guy. We need to send him a members only jacket like we got you, Crosby.
I have one. I'll send it to him.
Cotton should be able to hook him up with that.
I'm sure. Yes.
It's extra schmedium.
It is extra schmedium. You know what? Finnegan might be able to wear that, actually. He's wee little bitty, Well, not really. He's tall, but
Yeah.
Cotton is laughing.
Anyways, with the Murata deal.
We just gave Cotton an idea.
Yes, Doug DeLay, the Drag and Drive event near me is in the works. So we are working on that. We have sponsorship meetings next week, so we will keep you posted.
What are the dates on Heatwave? Do you know, Little D?
Shoot, I don't know.
It's like the last weekend of July.
Is it?
Yeah.
Chad B went to it a couple years ago, and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it was.
Why is
No,
that?
if I was coming down here for a show, I would come for
What, Lone Star?
yeah.
I think that Cotton and I are gonna head out to battle in Bama.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think Mike and I had been talking about that. I think I'm gonna fly in and maybe ride it.
Which one did we go to? Which one did we go to that was the big giant one? Wickman.
That was Throwdown.
Throwdown, yes. Throwdown, I would go to. Throwdown was big and it was cool.
That's in February. So I have like 8 and a half to get ready for it.
Like the third weekend of February or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Heat Wave is July 21st to the 23rd. And in Austin.
It's always the weekend after Dallas Autorama.
Yes. Oh, and we did go to that one. That's the one that had where we went through all the car stereo stuff, right?
That was Heat Wave.
Yes, that's the one that
July,
was that's what I'm saying. We were there at Heat Wave, but Heat Wave was small in comparison.
Really?
Way small in comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, we still had fun because it was the two of us idiots, but yeah.
Then we went to Applebee's.
We did go to Applebee's. That's right.
I'm sure there was some winkling involved too.
There was a bunch of actually that was a totally entertaining Applebee's adventure. Remember the power went out?
Yeah.
Like they said, "Oh, sorry, like your drinks is all you're getting because the power just went out." Then the power came back on and
the grill shut down. They had to restart the grill, redo the orders.
It was a shit show. Yeah.
Yeah. Should have went to Sizzler.
Should have went to Sizzler for sure. Steak.
There's a statement.
Seafood, salad. Sizzler.
There's a Sizzler like a quarter mile down the road from there. So
yeah.
Know all the fine eating establishments.
Dude,
I've gone to Taylor.
Are you kidding?
When I was living in Temple, I went to Taylor just to go to the Sizzler.
Don't tell me. Don't talk about Temple, dude. That freaking hamburger place we went to last time I was down there.
What what was that place? The one of the patio.
Yeah, was it Temple or Belton or one of those two?
Temple.
Now the Ribs and Rods show is about the same size as Heat Wave was, and it's a way cooler show.
Yeah.
Way cooler. It's little. I mean, in comparison, but it's to Throwdown, but
I was told there were 18 Pro Street cars and trucks.
I know. I heard the same thing.
Wow.
Yep.
There's these Pro Street cars that just come out of that you haven't been seen in like 20 years. They just pop up, just like.
Yeah, it's in October in Temple, and it's at a cool park. It's pretty neat. You can camp there. It's fun. It's cool. It's kind of old school. It's neat.
Well, all the Pro Street cars and paint jobs stay nice because they never come out of the garage.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Texas is still a a hotbed for bag trucks and everything. So you get a lot of cool trucks there.
It's a mix of everything. It's crazy that you've got the old school rods, you've got the rat rods, you've got the Pro Street guys, you've got all the vintage muscle, all the trucks. And it's almost to the point where they park in like their own little groups now.
Yeah. And he's right. Like you'll see a guy with a 32 Ford Roadster that clearly was built in 1989 and out there cruising. You get somebody with the Pro Street Camaro or Chevelle or whatever. You get bag trucks on custom chassis. You get stock chassis stuff where things are bagged. You get, lifted to the moon, custom vans, low riders, not a lot, but there were a couple of them. It's one thing I do miss here in Texas is that there are not very many low riders. You got to be in the right areas in Texas to see low riders.
You got to be down by Houston for that.
Yeah, San Antonio and yeah.
I like
San Angelo's got a pretty big scene.
Yours perked up.
Do what?
Y'all said Pro Street. Cotton's ears perked right up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cotton's like, nothing wrong with Pro Street. I agree, brother. I agree.
Hey, Cotton, when the tail pan melts off that thing, give me a call. I'll tell you where to find a good one.
What's that?
Cotton's got that Murata Pro Streeter, the pink thing that they had on Roadkill. He bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he
I
got
think I
it.
gave it to him out of just
I
like,
think Freiberger had like a lot of buyer's remorse and said, "Here you go," and Cotton was like, "I'll take it.
I'll just write it off."
I say we road trip it somewhere, Cotton. I'm in. Like,
yeah.
Let's roll.
Ribs and rods.
I think
Yes.
Little
road
D
trip it
needs
to
to-
Ribs and Rods this year. It's in October.
Little
got lots
D
of
needs
time.
to build a Jeep rod.
Those
Cotton
things,
says he gladly took it.
There's a couple of Jeep rods that showed up there at Ribs
Yeah.
and Rods. I mean,
Yep. And a couple of Volks rods too, actually.
yeah.
Just as long as it's not that one Finnegan and Freiberger had.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh God, that
thing's
fucking
scary.
I'm
guy.
surprised they survived.
Cotton says that his Pro Street Murata is heading to the chassis shop tomorrow.
Good call.
Awesome. All right, boys. I think we should wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah.
Dude, Dave, thanks for joining us. Like, seriously, you are welcome anytime.
Yeah, if you need a spot to park that thing when you come down, let me know.
oh, the yellow Jeep. I probably, I've got plane tickets, leaving Ontario. I purchased them yesterday, so I'll call you probably tomorrow and we'll start logistics. I'm not every day anymore, but I am still doing dumb stuff daily.
Good.
So Fred,
Wait.
this is pretty rad. Fred is turning 50, and we're having a birthday party for him down in Johnson Valley, where King of the Hammers is at.
Yeah. Is it during
No.
Hammers or no?
It's like a week.
Okay.
So I am getting my yellow YJ Spokane down to Johnson Valley, so that I can go hang for like a day, and then I'm gonna leave my Jeep at Crosby's shop, and I'm jumping a plane. I'm gonna come back. I got to go to work for a week, and then I'm gonna go help on one of the road restaurants. And then I'm gonna like fly back down to Johnson Valley, go to the race, and then drive that crappy yellow Jeep back. But before that, I just 4-link kit, link and coil spring the rear of the Jeep real quick.
Like, real quick. That's perfect. I love it.
Sounds like Chad, all done but the work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So even though I don't have any big budget behind me, I'm still trying to. My heart is just to do dumb shit.
Oh, yeah.
Don't we
Well,
all?
and if you have not been watching Dave's channel, it's Dirthead Shed on YouTube. Check it out. He has a bunch of videos, like a bunch already up. There's plenty of stuff to watch and get caught up in. No matter what you like, he's got a lot of it on there. Not enough Minitruck stuff yet, but I know it's coming, so that's good. There is Jeeps, Land Cruisers, the Suzuki, all kinds of stuff. So you can check out. Oh, and Wickman is holding up a Dirthead T-shirt.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there will be some rent, so I will need a T-shirt.
That's awesome. So I assume apparel is available on the channel.
It's getting there. I was actually tonight. I was supposed to get on social media. I'm just gonna do a pre-order of shirts and like shoot me an email, do a PayPal like request and get the shirt. I really don't have my act together good enough to have like a real online store. So the first round of shirts, all just gonna be like you DM me and I'll get your PayPal and we'll make it happen.
Awesome.
Well, if you do get your act all together, you won't be allowed to hang out with us anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
completely. So, yeah, man, it's all good, man. I'm digging it. I just posted a YouTube video today. I'm also working a full-time like day job, so I got to work like a normal job and then come home and work on this stuff, and then I got a guy's truck coming in this weekend to do some side work, more link in the Jeep and all this other
So you got plenty of extra time.
I got all sorts.
I'm at work right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that doesn't count. Your commute is really far.
Yeah.
12 feet.
Yeah, like,
Yes, it
that
is.
commute's a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, it was raining this morning, so my feet got wet.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't have time to open and close the umbrella.
No.
That actually would be really funny. A video of Crosby opening the umbrella, like opening his door,
Sticking it out the
opening
door.
the umbrella, walking over in the other door and closing the umbrella, because literally you'd have to walk around because the tree would be in the way. And
No, I can. They trimmed the tree. I can walk behind them now.
Oh, there you go.
It's
Okay,
more
well, then
convenient.
it'd be fine.
So
It
it's
would be
actually
like
you can
6
almost
steps.
spread your arms and touch both doors.
Yes, that's exactly right. It is legitimately 12 feet. Like, oh my God. That would be hilarious. All right, boys. Well, thank you again. Everybody that watched here tonight, we appreciate it. On behalf of Crosby and Wickman and McTaggart, join us again in 2 weeks. We'll be back. And Dave, again, thanks for coming on board,
Yeah,
dude.
thanks,
we appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It was fun for sure.
And I'll see you soon.
Yeah, the rest of you, keep it right side up, have fun, and we'll see you next week or the week after. Next week, we will be live for Triple B. We will be here for Beards, Burnouts, and Beer. And Wickman and his creepy little hand are going away.
Is that what you wankle with?
Nah. Yeah.
It feels
Wow.
so big in
There
the
you
tiny
go.
hand.
That's why we can't have nice things.
It's so big in the tiny hand.
Feels like
Good night, everybody.
it's literally the stranger.
It is the stranger.
Need to put a tattoo in Old English wankle on the side of it.
I could push a button and all this would go away. And yet I can't look away from this train wreck. See you, Dave.
I made McTaggart's day.
Yeah.
What the hell?
All right, boys. We'll see
All right.
you all later.
All right, have fun.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Later.